Ikeja. Ikeja. Oh, I'm late. Wait.
What's wrong with this guy? What's wrong?
He has fainted, bro.
Where is his phone?
His phone.
Check the state of emergency contact.
Damn, he has blocked his phone. There's nothing to do.
What if this was you?
This is how to set up your in case of emergency on Android device. First, click on Settings. Then scroll to Safety and Emergency. Click on Safety and Emergency, then click on Emergency Contacts. Click on Add Contacts. After adding the contacts, click on Medical Information. And fill the information. This is how to set up your in case of emergency on Apple device. Go to your contact list. Search for the name you want to use on your contact list. You scroll down and click on Add to Emergency Contacts. Then click on the description of who that person is to you. Immediately you click on it, click on Done.
In emergencies, every second counts. But a locked phone can delay life-saving help. That is why your phone has an in case of emergency eyes feature.
Yes,
Check it. Check it. If he has the state of emergency contact.
yes. I'm seeing his dad's number there. His dad's number. Hello, sir. Hello. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. I saw the owner of this phone now. He fainted. He just fainted. Sir, yes, sir. We are allow, sir. I'll wait for you. Please be coming. Please, he's already coming.
Set up your eyes today. It could save your life.
The areas are still looking very, very cool, but I understand there's an accident on Latif Jakonde Road, just by Adas Mall Junction. Yes, it's an accident between two vehicles, and I understand it's we have some casualties that are involved in that particular accident. But of course, we have the emergency responders on ground trying to sort out things. People are just wondering what would have led to this kind of an accident at these early hours of the day. Anyway, well, that's just what we found. And that is leading to some build up there. Those of you coming in from the Omole end, heading towards Cadbury, you might have it slow as a result of that accident. So take note of that. Those of you that are driving through that corridor. Most of the areas are still looking very, very good. Ikorodu Road, not bad at all. Lagos Abeokuta Expressway, very, very good. The Third Mainland Bridge is also faring pretty well. Eco Bridge inwards at Akpongban is still very calm at this time. Lekki Ajah corridor, not bad at all. Things are still looking pretty good. And we can tell you Victoria Island is also receiving with good vehicular flow. So we're serving you more helpings as they come in from time to time. All right, then. So on the program this morning, we are navigating mental health in a fast-paced society. We're doing that because we're seeing lots of people that are coming down with depression. People are coming down with all sorts of mental health challenges. And sometimes they might not know how to handle it. And that's why we want to seek the advice or perhaps the expertise of the professionals that can help us or perhaps guide us, especially now that people are so much engrossed in materialism. So joining us on the phone line this morning, a great friend of the house, Dr. Olugbenga Owóẹyẹ, is the Managing Director of the Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Yaba, Lagos. It's nice to have you join us. Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Thank you for having me this morning.
And of course, today is the last day of January, so never too late to still say Happy New Year to you.
Thank you so much. I wish you the same.
All right. Let's jump in on the conversation right away. So mental health is something that really calls for concern. But is it a public health issue in Nigeria?
Yes, globally, Thank you very much. Globally, mental health is a global issue, and Nigeria is also inclusive, because without mental health, no health. Because according to WHO, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of infirmity. And if you look at it, you will see that our health rests on 3 types.
Okay.
1, physical health, so that you will be able to recognize, oh, this is headache, this is abdominal pain, this is injury, that's physical health. Then the mental health is the second one, while the social health is the third one. So without mental health, it will not balance. So without mental health, no health.
Right. Okay, then, so you did say that it's a global problem, right? Not just Nigeria alone. But when we look at it, if we were to put a figure to it, really, like how many people in the world suffer one kind of mental health or the other?
Thank you very much. Study done globally have shown that 1 in 4, that is 1 out of every 4 persons, has one diagnosable mental illness or the other. So if we extrapolate it to Nigeria, let's assume, although we are over 200 million.
Right.
So 25% of 200 million would be like 50 million. So you can imagine if we have 1 out of every 4 individual suffering from one diagnosable mental illness or the other. And we must take note that not only those people who are living under the bridges, walking nude on the way, or homeless, those are not the only people that have mental illness alone. There are some other minor mental illness conditions that affect people globally. Some people may not even recognize it.
Okay.
For example, somebody who is suffering from, let's say, phobia now, he needs to go and walk in, let's say, Abuja, and he cannot enter plane. If you want to kill him, he will not enter that plane. He will say he prefer to go by road.
Right.
There are some people, and that is fear of entering the plane. So fear of heights, fear of traveling while it is a major thing for that person. But all other areas will be functioning normally.
Right.
So until you help that person to overcome that fear, it may not be able. There are some people with social phobia. They can't stand in front of others to speak.
Okay, so you mentioned some. You just mentioned some now. So let's break it down for a broader understanding, because a lot of times we use mental health as a broad term to cover all sorts of issues. So what are the types that fall under mental health?
Thank you very much. So when we say mental illness, okay, because there are difference between mental health and mental health is a state of well-being.
Okay.
While mental illness is when the person now has challenges with his mental health. Now, there are some mental illness, we can group them into minor conditions like anxiety, stroke, stress-related conditions. Under this one, you can have generalized anxiety, you can have what we call post-traumatic stress disorder, acute stress disorder. All these things are related to trauma, either from man-made trauma or disaster, or natural disaster, like somebody who is kidnapped, somebody who had road traffic accidents, even somebody witnessing it alone may even develop it. So those are minor, we call it stress-related anxiety, stroke, stress-related conditions.
Okay.
Now we have some people that are suffering from mood disorders.
All right.
Mood disorder, that one has to do with our emotions. Okay, like depression, like mania, all these ones, and there are various categories. For example, the depression can be mild, moderate, or severe. Okay,
right.
While the mania could just be manic episode with or without psychotic disorders. So, and there are some people who are suffering from frank psychotic disorders like schizophrenia and all the rest. Then we also have some that are related to what we call substance use disorders. So as a result of substance use disorders, an individual may develop some other mental illness too, like depression, like psychosis, and all the rest. So these are some of the groups, some of the major groups of mental disorders that exist.
And which is most common when you bring it to Nigeria?
Okay, when you talk about the common one, we talk about the mood disorder. For example, the depression is common. Anxiety is also very, very common. Okay, those are the common conditions that you see, because the depression itself is so common that some people who have it may not even recognize it. But when somebody is feeling so sad and he cannot snap out of it, and it's lasting for about 2 weeks or more, then it's now becoming a major problem to that person. Unless you help the person out of the depression, you will continue to sink into it.
Right. Now, if you're to, bring it into classes now and talk about gender, which of the gender suffers more mental illness in Nigeria from what you see?
We cannot just put it together just globally like that for female. For example, when you talk of substance use disorder, it's commoner among males.
Okay.
When you talk of depression, it's commoner among females. Okay. So there are some that equally occur between them. So these are some of the things. So until you teach them out one by one, that's where you'll be able to say, oh, this one is more prevalent in this gender than the other. Right. But globally, you will discover that mental illness, exists, and it affects at least 1 in 4 of, 1 out of every 4 people that you see.
You come across.
Yeah, that you come across, or 25% of the population.
Right. So let's now look at it in broader perspective now. So what is it that would cause mental illness? I mean, when we talk about all of these things, what are the causative factors?
Thank you very much. When you talk about the causes of the mental illness, it can be grouped into 3 main conditions, 3 main factors. Now, there are some factors. The first factors, we call it predisposing factors. Okay?
Right.
The predisposing factors that we're talking about, there are factors that operate in the life of the individual. Were early in life, even when the person is yet to be unborn, when he sits inside the womb, or at the time when the person is born, or around the time when the person is still very young. So we call it predisposing factor, because those are factors existing in the life of that person before the person will now develop mental illness in the adult age, or as an adolescent, or as an elderly. So that is number 1 group. We will still take them one after the other.
Right.
Then we also have what we call precipitating factors.
Okay.
These are factors that operate around the time that the mental illness is developing in the person. Let's say within the past 6 months, when the illness is about to start. Okay? And the third one is what we call the perpetuating factors. These are the factors that tend to occur in the life of an individual after developing the mental illness, and it will not allow the mental illness to go. So the mental illness will just live with that person until the person dies.
Right.
So these are the 3 major factors. But these 3 major factors can be further categorized into 3.
Okay.
The biological factors, the psychological factors, and the social factors. So I will take them one after the other.
All right.
Let's take the biological factors now.
Right.
Like the genetic constitution, the genetic makeup in the individual. So there are some mental disorder that runs in the family as a result of the genetic makeup of the person.
Okay.
So the person, as a result of that, 1 or 2 or 3 persons in that family who have that factors may develop mental illness.
Right.
Very important. There are some people who engage in the use of drug, cannabis, cocaine, heroin, and all the rest. With this, they can also develop mental illness in them.
All right.
There are some people, it's as a result of the medical condition they suffer from. Like somebody having diabetes or hypertension and all the rest, as a result of it, due to one reason or the other, which we may not have time to explain, they may develop mental illness.
Okay.
So until when you identify all these things, you may not be able to help the person.
Right. Okay then. So,
Now,
yes. Go ahead.
Okay. So the second group, which is we are talking about the biological factors.
Yes.
Then the psychological factors, like trauma. When an individual is exposed to trauma, either as a result of domestic violence, as a result of robbery, as a result of road traffic accident, as a result of kidnapping, when you just witness one trauma or the other, the person, they develop it.
Okay.
Okay? So the personality of an individual is also another factor. Whether everybody has personality traits.
Right.
Okay? So the personality of an individual may predispose an individual to developing mental illness. Okay?
Right.
So for example, those who are avoidant, those who are dependent, there are possibility that they may develop depression later. So these are the way we group it. What about the social factors? The social factors, these ones are even many. Okay, for example, somebody who when there is poverty, for example, it's a social factor.
Right.
In addition to poverty, somebody who is unemployed. So some issues in the house, when there is instability in the home between the husband and the wife, family dynamics, family dysfunctions, all these things are some social factors, because when somebody continues to exist under the stress of these conditions, then the person may develop mental illness when we find it difficult to cope. So when this stressful condition continue to persist for a long time in the individual, the person may develop some mental illness or the other.
All right.
So when we talk about mental illness in terms of the causes or the causative factors, we talk about the biological factors, the psychological factors, and lastly, the social factors.
All right.
And the treatment is also tailored towards those three factors.
Okay.
Because all those three factors, you must take care of them for the person to get well.
All right, just Dr. Way, just 1 second. Let's get back to the roads. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. We did tell you that there is an accident on that's Latif Jakonde Road, precisely around Agidingbi. It's between an 18-passenger commercial bus and a car right in front of Adas Mall, just by Cadbury Junction on Latif Jakonde Road. It's involving 8 casualties. Can you imagine that? 8 casualties. Anyway, Lasambos on ground while effort is on for the recovery of those vehicles. But backlog has extended beyond First Gate. Traffic managers on ground doing the needful within that particular corridor. All right, then. Quite unfortunate that we can lose lives on a Saturday morning like this one. All right, other locations, we're still tracking some others, but most of the areas are still very, very good. Very soon, I'll allow you to join the conversation, and then you can ask Dr. Weye 1 or 2 questions. But getting back to that now, so what are the signs? What are the things that will show that somebody is coming down with one form of mental illness or the other, Dr. Weye?
Thank you very much for us to discuss these important things, because some people may be having some mental illness and they may not know, and they may continue to self-medicate. Now, there are some subtle signs like sleep disturbance. The person may find it difficult to initiate sleep. That is, the sleep will not come on time.
Okay.
So the person may find it difficult to initiate sleep. There are some people that may find it difficult to sustain sleep, waking up many times at night.
Right.
There are some people.
Dr. Weye, if you go in that direction, there are lots of Nigerians that will fall in that category.
Okay. So it's either the person is having an underlying mental illness, or the person is having sleep disorders. There are some people, the third group, that they will wake up so early in the morning. like around 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and they will not be able to sleep again.
Wow.
And when they wake up in the morning, they feel so tired, as if they have worked all throughout the night.
Right.
So they may not even want to get out of bed because they are weak and tired. And not that alone. There are some people, they may just be unhappy. They feel sad, but they cannot explain the sadness. You just see them looking sad all the time. And as well, if that condition continues, may be losing concentration, and they may not be able to work in their places of work.
Wow.
In addition to that, they may lose interest in what they used to enjoy before. All those pleasurable activities, they may lose interest in them, lose interest in the family, lose interest in the pleasure, and all the rest. In addition to that, there are some people, they may just be irritable, just getting angry unnecessarily. Before you talk to them, they are already angry. You say, please, sorry. And the more you say sorry, the more the person gets angry with you. So, and when they are having these subtle symptoms,
right,
or what we can call minor symptoms, and it's affecting their ability to function socially and occupationally,
right,
then we say the person has mental illness.
Wow. So,
because it will be causing pain to those around them, or it will be causing pain to them.
Right. So
there are some people, they are just anxious for not anxiety. They are just worried.
And from what you described now, like I said, there will be lots of Nigerians that will fall in that bracket that we do not know such person has a mental disorder.
Even if they fall under that conditions and they are still functioning socially and occupationally, we don't consider them as being sick.
Okay.
Because they won't seek help until there is problem with functioning. Occupationally, they may not be able to cope at work, or they stay away from work, or they are fighting people in the place of work, both their boss and their subordinates. We say that, and then in the home, you see them, they cannot function at home. Relationship at home becomes so strained with the wife, with the children, with the husband. So when you are seeing all these things, that means the condition of that person is causing pain to others, because the person suffering may not be feeling the pains, but it's causing pain. Or somebody who is not sleeping at night, who is playing music at night, is causing pain to others, whereas he's not feeling the pains. So you can see some people, you just see them, they can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And you just be wondering, just keep quiet small, it will not keep quiet. You see some people, they are so restless, they may be doing many things at the same time, and you just say, why are you so occupied with all these things? So these are some of the minor signs and symptoms that you see in people that you say, oh, there may be underlying mental illness. But when it doesn't affect their level of functioning, either at home, in the place of work, in the society, we don't consider them as mental illness.
Okay. All right. Is mental illness, are they curable?
Yes, there are some mental illness that are curable. Once you remove the cause, the person goes back to the normal state. There are some that you need to manage. We don't say curable, that once you are taking your medication, you are seeing your physician or the psychiatrist regularly, you still be functioning, but you are on medication, just like other chronic medical conditions. Like those who have high blood pressure, they need to be taking their medication for long. Those who have diabetes may need to be taking their medication for long. So also there are some condition in mental health that you will need to be taking this medication for a reasonable length of time. Okay. So there are some conditions like that. But there are some that once you identify the cause, okay, like somebody who is into drug abuse, once you are able to really help the person to get out of it, you just discover that the person becomes normal and will be functioning normally. It will go back to its previous state. So that one is curable. Okay? When somebody has depression, you are able to identify the cause, and the person go back to the normal conditions. So these are some. So it is not true that all the psychiatric conditions are not curable. There are some conditions that are curable. There are some that you need to manage for a reasonable length of time.
All right, let's look at some now. We have some conditions where people more or less lose their consciousness. They go into convulsion, and what do you have? What kind of conditions are those ones?
Yeah, thank you very much. There are some conditions. Okay, that's why we say neuropsychiatry. There is a relationship between neurology and psychiatry. There are some conditions where some people will just lose consciousness, fall down, start foaming from the mouth, and choking, convulsing, that you see them. And in some places, because of ignorance, some people will tend to run away from them.
Right.
When they see them on the ground, they will say the saliva should not touch them. And this is very, very wrong, because they cannot contact it. For example, the seizure disorders. There are many types of those seizure disorders, but the one that is so prominent is the one that somebody will just fall down and just be jerking on the floor, foaming. Sometimes it will just last for a few seconds,
Right.
and they will recover back again. So it's a condition that is also manageable. It's treatable. When you bring them to the hospital, there are some tests you need to run to check their brain, where those lesions are, and what you need to do. And they will recover. So when we talk about seizure disorder, there are many of it. There are some that are generalized, there are some that are partial. There are some people now that you just see them, they just lose consciousness briefly. You won't even notice it. And that is why it's dangerous for them to drive. They just lose consciousness just briefly. And before you know it, they come back to the regular condition.
Right.
So, and when you see these people, we are not to run away from them. We should move closer to them and stabilize their head, so that they will not injure the brain further. So all you just need to do is to stabilize their head, clean their mouth, and then once they recover, you take them to the nearest hospital where they will get managed. So we should not run away from them. There are people we call them in the general term epilepsy. So we should be able to help this group of people.
Okay then.
So it's not contagious.
Right. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This morning, we are looking at mental health in a fast-paced society like Nigeria. And Dr. Olugbenga Oweye is Managing Director of the Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital in Yaba. And he's giving us this lecture this morning. Let's see if we can expand the discourse now beyond the studios to also have your input as well. So you can connect with us right now on 08099 120777. That's 0809 9120777. And you can also try 09153877127. Traffic from the Igodo corridor, Okofilin, inwards General. I understand there is a road diversion inwards Igodo. This is by men of the Lagos State Public Works. They are out there doing some road repairs, and that might affect your movement a little bit within that particular corridor. Let's see. Most other areas still very, very quiet for now. Yes, if you're heading towards the island, is good. Ikorodu Road is also faring pretty well. Ajasa Command, all the way from Badek roundabout, proceeding through Ishefun Road, all the way to Megida, is looking very, very good. Same for Ayobo roundabout, linking up with Megida, not bad at all. Appreciable movement as well from Megida, proceeding through Amule, Oluwaga Church, as well as Adefemi. All those corridors are still very, very good. Ojodo, not bad at all. And then you can have it pretty good. Okay then, 08099 120777 and 09153877127. Feel free to connect with us if you want to ask the doctor one or two questions. Hello there.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Hey, Elder Tawagbade, it's nice to hear from you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, it's nice to hear from you. Go ahead, the doctor's on the line. Go ahead.
I've had the explanation of the doctor. But what do he think about the condition of the country? Some people are lacking food, and should this not affect
their mental well-being?
You understand what I say?
Yes, I do.
What can the country do for them? I don't know. Yeah, I just want to ask.
Okay, all right. He will respond to you. Thank you so much, Elder Temagbade, for that question. All right, Doctor.
Yes.
The absence of food, the absence of jobs, can that lead to health conditions, mental health conditions?
Thank you very much. I group the causative factors of the mental illness into three. I talk about social factors. So the elder is talking about some of the social factors. That those who don't have job, those who don't have food to eat, is correct. Because these are stressful situations that will not make the person mentally stable. Because if you don't have job, there won't be means of even buying the food in the first instance. So apart from even suffering from the consequences of the malnutrition, there will be stress if you cannot get something to eat.
All right.
So everybody has a role to play in this issue, because he said, what can the government do? In the nearest future, the way we are looking at it, government may look into a situation where, like in developed countries, maybe where you don't have job, or you've lost your job.
Right.
Maybe in the nearest future, just like they are doing for the student now. The student in the university now, they have access to loan. Very soft loan. They calculated in such a way that they will be able to pay their school fees. They will also be having some stipend every month. Maybe if you can also have social intervention like that for those who don't have jobs.
Right. Okay then.
It will go a long way to really help. So that maybe every week there's a place they will go to
get food.
To collect food, like a food bank.
Right.
And then a place they will go to.
Let's take some more. Let's take some more reactions. Lagos Traffic Radio. Hello there. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
All right. What's your name?
Yeah, Steve.
Hey, regular Steve. How are you doing?
I'm very good.
All right.
Very good.
So
Happy weekend.
Happy weekend to you. So we're talking mental health this morning.
Yes. So what I want to say is, I have an auntie, right? She goes to work normally. She has her own business that she's doing.
Okay.
She goes to work normally, but you can tell something is off, right? And that she needs mental evaluation. We all know. Now the problem is she doesn't want to go, and if you bring it up, it becomes a major issue, because she's able to live, work, and interact with people very well. Like on most days, but there are some days that you know something is wrong.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So my question now is, how do we help loved ones who don't even know they are suffering from, they're having these issues? How do we help them? What can we do in that kind of situation?
Very good question.
Are we going to? We can't bundle them there, because it was worse. Like maybe she couldn't interact with anybody. She was out mad. It would have been easier to bundle her and take her to a psychiatric hospital. But for that kind of case, what do we do? How do we help those people?
Very good question, Steve. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Yes, sir.
You heard his case scenario.
What's the case?
Okay, so he said that he has an auntie who works normally, but from all indications, one will know that something is not right somewhere. And any attempt for you to bring that discussion, she waves it off. I mean, she's not interested. No matter what you say, if you say, let's go for some kind of evaluation, she's not ready. So he's not asking what can be done really to bring such a person to medical care.
That's very simple. The work to be done. In Lagos State, there is what we have mental health law.
Okay.
Lagos State is one of the advanced states in Nigeria, who are the first states to really develop that. We also have mental health act in Nigeria, which allow, once you know that somebody's behavior, thinking, or action is dangerous to his life or our life, or dangerous to that of others, that's when there is the need for help. So, and in that case, what you just do in Lagos, like I said, Lagos too, Lagos is also well developed.
Okay.
In this area, they have ambulance services. They used to call them Lasambos. I don't know whether that is still the name.
Yes.
So all you just need to do is just to call that line that there is somebody with so medical condition, with this, and we are worried to the family. They will come and assess and evacuate the person to the hospital. And also under the mental health law too, they can be sectioned for treatment. That is, we can take them in. The law permits us to take care of them, even against their wish.
All right. We'll talk about
the time.
Right. We'll talk about
so the solution is so simple.
It's simple. All right. We'll talk about your kind of intervention, but we're still having more reactions that are coming in for you as well. 08099-120-777. Hello there. Okay. There's a message here. It says, "Good morning, sir. How does constant pressures from work affect our mental well-being?" Amaka is sending us in. I think doctor has talked about that. This one says, "Good morning, Dr. Weye. How can friends and family support someone who may be struggling mentally without overstepping his bounds?" Paul is sending that one. I think it's related to what he just answered right now. This one says, "Good morning." This one says, "Good morning and happy weekend, Victor. How affordable and accessible is mental health care in Nigeria today?" Dimeji from Oworo. Doctor, maybe you can just answer some of these questions.
Yes. This is very, very important. The federal government, the state government have done it in such a way that mental health is easily accessible and affordable. Like you can walk into Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital Yaba or the Psychiatric Department of Lagos State University and access treatment. The Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital Yaba, the treatment is subsidized. The medication is subsidized. All the thing you need to do is subsidized.
Okay.
With little amount of money, because we are not, the hospital is set up for the general populace so that they can access it. You don't need to wait until somebody refer you. Once you have conditions that need treatment, just bring them in. There are some even philanthropists that they will see some people under the bridges, they will come. They will just say, "Take this little amount, please help us pick this person up and take care of him or her." I will do that. I will link them back to their family.
Okay.
So these are some of the things. So the treatment is really accessible and also affordable. The psychiatric hospital is located in the heart of Lagos.
Right.
That is accessible to those people from mainland, island, Ikorodu. So it's centrally located that you can come to where the hospital is and there you'll be treated.
And from what you've seen so far, how many people come into your facility on a daily basis?
Okay, that's another issue entirely because it varies on daily basis. So sometimes new cases, those who are just breaking down, they will be like maybe about maybe 10 to 15 or 20 on daily basis. It varies the way they come. But on a clinic day, we may have like about 300, and we run clinic 4 times a day. 4 times a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So in the clinic days, we may have between 300 to 400 on our clinic days.
All right.
But in our emergency, we may just have like about 10 to 15 on daily basis.
All right. Message here just popping in. It says, "Sir, is it true that regular exercises can help with mental health issues?"
Yes.
No name.
Yes, very important. Regular exercise can help with mental illness. With other conditions, basically virtually all medical conditions, when you exercise regularly, you will definitely get a big relief Okay. Because our body is like a vehicle, so you don't just abandon and park it somewhere. So you must cultivate, no matter how little the exercise is on daily basis, you will just need to exercise. Even just walking for about 20 to 30 minutes a day will go a long way to really help us.
All right, then 08099120777. In a situation whereby people begin to see things that others cannot see, that is what level now? Psychosis, right?
That's psychotic level now. When you get to that level, by the time they start seeing what others could not see or hearing what others could not hear, then we know that that person has lost contact with reality. They are now in another world on their own. And that's a major psychiatric conditions that will need treatment. Because by the time you are hearing what others cannot hear, they will command the person to do some funny things. And they will not be at rest until they carry out the instruction.
Right.
So there is need for us to seek for treatment, or you see somebody just talking to unseen person.
Right.
Then you need to help the person to seek treatment.
Is it curable?
Like I told you, some of these conditions are curable, some are treatable and can be managed for a long time. Right. Then those symptoms will subside. Once you are able to identify the cause, the symptom will go, and that may be the end of it. Then there are some, if there are issues with the brain, then you may need to be on medication for a reasonable length of time.
All right, then. So even as we head to the finish line this morning, Okiodo end, we did tell you there was a loaded truck having brake failure that rammed into two other vehicles. That was at Ijayi bus stop in Ahmadiyya. Okay, but the good news, all vehicles that are involved in that accident have been taken off, so normalcy has been restored in that direction. Let's take this home this morning. So what's your message, even as we round up? This is the year 2026, and, fast-paced activities have already begun. People are, heading from one place or the other. Materialism is still very much high. What's your message to our listening public this morning?
Thank you very much. My main message to the general populace is that people should try as much as possible to maintain and also promote their mental health. And to do this, what are you supposed to do? One, you must have a realistic estimate of your ability and work within that your ability. For example, you will not have 10 naira and go and be buying something of 100 naira. So you must have a realistic estimate of your ability for whatsoever you want to do. Number two thing is that you must not self-medicate. You cannot sleep. You are going to buy medicine. You are going to take alcohol. That will not help. So coping mechanism that is maladaptive should be avoided. Right. You must exercise regularly. You must take adequate sleep. You must maintain connection with your loved ones.
Right.
Okay? So that you can ask somebody to talk to on regular basis. Don't isolate yourself. When you are facing challenges, please speak out on time. Let people hear you. So this will go a long way. So when you are working regularly, make sure you take rest.
Right.
Adequate leave.
So you're saying now that loneliness can also lead to mental health?
Yes, now it's one of the psychological causes. Okay. We talk of psychosocial factors.
Right.
Biopsychosocial model. So there is need for you to maintain connection with your loved one. There is need for you to speak with somebody. If you don't have anybody to speak with, go to your family physician, your general practitioner, and talk to them about what you are facing. Or go to your imam or to your pastor to talk to them. They will direct you appropriately. Most of them are trained in the area of psychology.
All right.
So it will go a long way to really help them.
We have to go. Tell me really our friend really. But Yaba, that's the neuropsychiatric hospital is located in Yaba, right?
Yes. Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Yaba, Lagos. And
people can walk in there anytime.
You can walk in there and access treatment. Just walking into the emergency, you will see social workers, psychiatrists, psychiatric nurses who will approach you immediately for help.
All right, then. We'll leave it at that for now. It's nice having you join us on the program this morning. Dr. Weye, thank you so much for connecting with us.
Thank you for having me. I'm very grateful.
All right.
Have a beautiful weekend.
And you too. So this morning we've been able to navigate mental health in a fast-paced society like Nigeria. And Dr. Olugbenga Oweye, Managing Director, Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Yaba, Lagos, has been able to take us on this excursion. We have to go. Dayo Anthony has produced the program, and I say a big thank you to Remi Aluko of our social media unit. Our executive producer is Tayo Akonle. Have a splendid weekend. Enjoy yourselves, but do that in moderation. Bye.